Hey guys, Sublord here, back in with another action figure review, and today on Better Late Than Never, we're going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Thundercats Battle Cat Man, which is a figure I've wanted for some time now. I think taking Battle Cat, one of the best heroic warriors, making him an anthropomorphic badass is, well, badass. And the fine folks over at Mattel who brought us this figure definitely did a fantastic job making this guy badass. He's not perfect, but really what in life is? I mean, even sex isn't perfect. Just ask any married man or woman in their mid to late 40s. So, with that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look, see at all Battle Cat Man has to offer in terms of accessories. Starting off with the mini comic. Pretty thick. Oh, I grabbed two of them. That's why that's thick. But there you go. Here's a look at the back. Comes with a pamphlet in case you're a dum-dum. Don't know how these go together. That said, he also has his quasi 2000X style helmet. That's hard plastic. It's got the spiky mohawk thing. That's why it reminds me of 2000X. All you gotta do is kind of just force this down like so. It's a very tight fit. I almost worry about scratching the head up with this, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. I think that's good. I think that's good. Squish it on there. You really just gotta kind of squish it on there. I'm surprised they didn't give it the Battle Cat crest. He's known for having a crest on his helmet. But there you go. There is Battle Cat Man with his helmet. Hopefully I got it on there the right way. It is a little tricky to get on, as I mentioned before. What's even trickier, though, are his gauntlets. He's got these crazy Wolverine claw gauntlets. And essentially what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to push the wrist guards up, or the gauntlets up, and then these are supposed to just clip on his knuckles. Like so. You can hear the little pop when they do. And while that does work, it's not perfect, so I'm going to leave those off for now so I can take a look at the articulation. Starting off with his head, look up and down, side to side, tilt, all that fun stuff. Shoulders will move out about this far. I like the fact that the armor actually hugs the bicep a lot better. You don't get that annoying, like, peg and peg hole system that they used to do. He's got hinged swivel elbows. That'll bend probably more than that, but the way I have his gauntlets pushed up, not really. His arms will move back and forth too. Not sure if I showed that. Swivel hinge wrists. He's got a waist twist. Hindered by the belt, but it's soft. Pretty much omitting all loose waist twists in this line moving forward if this is how they do the belts. He does have T-jointed hips. They kick out, kick down, they kick forward and back. Not a ton, unfortunately. You do get like a built-in thigh cut. And if you're diligent, I think you can actually pop the hips off without heating them up. He does have single-jointed knees with rotation. Not the tightest things, but not the loosest either. And then we do have a boot cut with a hinge in the foot and a rocker. Peg holes at the bottom of the feet. But yes, this is a really, really cool figure. I like him a lot, I will say. I think I am going to actually try and get these on there. I'm going to try. I don't think I'm going to be very successful, but I'm going to give it the Overlord try. I think one of mine is a little more open than the other. Or maybe they're meant to go on specific sides. That's one gauntlet. And one, like, glaive. Are they glaives? I guess they're glaives. Here's the other one. This one kind of just falls off for me, but I can get it to stay, sort of. There we go. Now it's on there all the way. I think so, anyways. Like I said, not the easiest things to get on, but once they're on, they tend to stay on. Okay. Yeah, I think I got it. It's not falling off really easily, so. Yeah, there we go. There you go. There's those gauntlets. Looking pretty. This hand in particular, these like to pop off. I wish they just made them straight up glaives that you could put in his hands. As opposed to these things, they just kind of slip off. But there you go. Maybe this popped down on me. I don't know. I'll figure that out later, but there he is. His gauntlets. Yay. But at any rate, I do have one other figure from this line so far. This good old Chitara, who is actually not a ripoff for being an Origins female figure. I think she's actually worth just as much as good old Battlecat here. But getting her out the way, we can now bring in our two regulars. Mythic Legion's brother Mandibilith, right there. And the infamous K11 Spawn, who as usual towers over everyone. But don't get it twisted, these are a lot bigger than your standard Origins, and I like it. It's definitely a chunky figure in comparison to like the first He-Man and Skeletor we got in this line way back when, during the midst of the pandemic. Anyone remember that? I try not to. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from his clip-on claws being a little cumbersome and the helmet not being 100% 2000X inspired, although I guess that's more of a personal preference than an actual issue with the figure, I really like this Battlecat, man. And if this is what Origins are going to be like moving forward, at least in the retail space, I'm all for it. I like the size, the chunkiness, the feel, the quality. Nothing feels too tight, nothing feels too loose. Very easy to stand, very easy to pose. The armor bits aren't falling off. It's a night and day difference compared to like year one of Origins style figures where they were good, but they weren't great. This is pretty much great at this point. I guess the other thing he could have had going for him is a tail. Maybe they could have connected that to the loincloth somehow, just so they could just have a slip-on piece instead of a unique crotch piece for just cat dudes like this dude and the upcoming Panther Man. But I digress. I love this figure. I think he's rad, and I cannot wait to get a hold of more of these guys. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.